what's good, what's poppin', what's crackin', what's percolating, what's really good in the hood. It is your man Theo Butler, and yes, we still celebrating our Georgia Bulldogs being 3-0 episode. I ain't saying, I'm just saying what the wrong with nation. I caught that thing on there. Y'all go ahead. Oh man, y'all caught that thing on there. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. Let me go ahead and say this. I'm not here for the trolling. Like, I know some of y'all get off on trolling, but I just don't have time for it. It's not productive. It doesn't help anybody. And I ain't the one to go back and forth with you. And let me just go ahead and say this because I feel like I got to. I'm not the person that just critique. I think I critique stuff. I have written 13 issues of my own comic book. I have. As a matter of fact, I really want to tell you that that comic book was written like over 10 years ago. Here's the problem: funding. And I'm not an artist. Am I an author? Can I write? Yes, but I'm not an artist and I don't have money like that. So all the comments about you should do such and such and so and so, I've done what I can do, i.e. write the stories. A 0 issue, which is the origin story, and 12 other issues after that. I ain't saying what you're saying. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about Black Panther 9. Enter the Colonialist. Let's go. Okay, so this it. Y'all see it, the Colonialist. In the Colonialist, he's exactly what you would picture. He white. Literally white. The alien is coming out. Let's just go ahead and open up the page and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Anyway, this continues John Ridley heinous run on Black Panther. Range Wars. Let's talk about what he says in here. As Wakanda shifted from a monarchy to a paramilitary democracy, the new government uncovered political secrets that T'Challa had hoped would stay buried. The only political secrets we got was that he had agents out in the field. Every nation does. That's not a secret. The secret is who they are. But every nation has sleeper cells in another nation. So yeah. Needing to focus on this growing problem in the homeland, T'Challa stepped down as chairperson of the Avengers, much to Captain America's disappointment. He did. That was in issue 1. The ensuing turmoil in Wakanda over T'Challa's secret, because John, you put a lot of stank on that and did not deliver. You didn't do anything with the costumes. I don't know what to do. Excellent costumes, by the way. We're not going to see them again. Hunter is still sitting out there, but he's being used in Sam Wilson's comic book. So secrets, you promised a lot of spying espionage. You barely gave us the Y in the word spy, I say, which is what we asked. Why? Why the hell did you write them? And restore the paramilitary democracy power, the lasting damage he has caused, the lasting damage that you wrote. As a king who would not put his trust in anyone was clear. And even more clear was that in order for Wakanda to thrive, T'Challa could no longer be welcome in the lands he loved and protected. John, you realize he's still a galactic emperor, right? And not only is he a galactic emperor, we open up this book to find T'Challa, I guess, sitting out somewhere sulking, looking crazy as hell. Or maybe he was in Avengers Mountain. You never really made that back. But turns out, when T'Challa comes back, he comes back as chairman. I mean, like he had never left. Like he had never left. Now, Cap tries to, talk a little trash, but if you go all the way back to Azuri, and I'm pretty sure Cap had a run-in with T'Chaka. So T'Chaka's great-granddaddy and his granddaddy and T'Challa, they don't really let Cap talk to them like that. Hey, bro, we're not gonna do that. You done had your issues, I done had my issues. Let's move forward. So that's what he lets him know. Cap like, hey man, we just want to make sure you got your head back on. Just want to make sure you got your head back on straight. That's all it is. And I gotta admit, him being able to take a leave of absence and come right back and be chairman again, that says a lot about how the Avengers view Cap. Now, I don't know if this was a decision made by John Ridley or this was a decision made by the writer over there with the Avengers, but either way, when T'Challa come back, he back on top. My question is what happened to Nighthawk? Because Nighthawk stood in for T'Challa, and he's not in this book. John Ridley, I really would have liked to have seen Nighthawk in this book. Do I need to go back and find out what happened to Nighthawk while he's not with the Avengers? But I really would have liked to have seen him in this book. Thor makes an appearance in the book. This is an Avengers book. This is an Avenger book by proxy. It's Black Panther, but the Avengers are in this book because we're introducing a new villain, the Colonialist. We're not going to get caught up in the grammar and everything like that. John Ridley does not. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard to write somebody to write from a royal perspective. It's just not when we've heard it. It's not that hard. Anyway, the Colonialist makes his appearance, and he makes his appearance on an elephant. And his interpreter is riding on a smaller elephant, and he's surrounded by these women, which are he describes them as objectifications, and they not there by their free will. We get a translation. Please help us. Don't know what's going on here. I can't wait to see him get his ass handed to him. Can't wait to see how this unfolded. But the Colonialist looks like a overweight Southern colonel. The elephants is just weirding me out though. Like that's we're doing a little bit with the elephants and the stuff. I kind of see what you're going for with this, because this elephant is definitely giving me a vibes of Middle Eastern. It's like you're trying to mix quite a few cultures into one with the elephant. So the Colonialist touchdown. Now, if y'all don't remember the Colonialist, and you shouldn't, his creatures were actually in the first issue of Black Panther, John Ridley's run. Those are supposed to be like cattle and everything, and drop them on the ground. They supposed to. Here we go. I guess the best way. Y'all remember that movie? Nah, y'all not gonna remember that movie. Basically, they graze, they take out whatever natural creatures are there and everything like that, so he can touch down, sit down, and colonialize the place, colonize the place. Crazy. In Black Panther, we got colonizer, and in the movie we got the colonizer comment, and in this comic we get the colonialist. Anyway, Colonialist does what Colonialist does. He wants to set up shop. The Avengers like, nah, this planet is already inhabited. You're gonna have to find something else to do. And he like, so I can't set up shop? They're like, nah, you can't. He like, okay, cool. Everybody know it ain't that easy. It never is with colonizers. Colonizers smile in your face, say they not gonna come back, and be making plans to come back. They ain't never planned on leaving in the first place. Yeah. So anyway, we get some plans being made up between Cap and T'Challa. T'Challa lets him know, hey, I might be able to trace the industry signature on the creature, on the Colonialist or whatever. And Cap says, my concern is about how his beasts, we know from our last encounter that they're unkillable. I had asked, T'Challa says, hey man, I had asked Dr. Strange to do a broad analysis on the creatures, but I doubt he had the opportunity before it passed. So what do we do is what Carol Danvers asked. We, because T'Challa said, man, I got plans on top of plans, I got plans on top of plans on top of plans on top of plans. And Steve like, hey man, whoa. Don't be talking about no you said you were ready to leave. We need answers. Dr. Strange is the answer. Like T'Challa, I respect T'Challa. T'Challa like, man, listen. I didn't say I didn't have the answer. Dr. Strange is the answer. We're gonna make it do what it do. Kara reiterates Strange is dead. T'Challa's like, Strange was able to generate a portal that transported the beast. The wearables you use, the housing is vibranium. It should have recorded the waveform the doctor used. Cal like, wait. So T'Challa done already outfitted all the Avengers. All the Avengers got on vibranium lace costumes now. T'Challa done outfitted them. So Cap says, wait a second. The tech you supplied us with records T'Challa. It's not like that. It's just that it's got vibranium in it. And if you using something that's got vibranium in it, to attack us, the suit gonna record the signature. Smart dude. Tells me to take a moment to isolate the information. The Avengers get ready. Cap, Thor, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Where's the Phoenix at? Where's the Star Brand at? Like, John, when you told you couldn't use them, where's Nate? Isn't Namor supposed to be part of this Avengers team right here? Like, okay, never mind. Anyway, T'Challa hits up Shuri, tells Shuri he gonna need some help from him and everything like that. And she tells him she gonna trust him. Now, the how can I put this? The interaction, the dialogue between Shuri and T'Challa, that's what I was looking at. Because we all know that BS that John really gave us in regards to why everybody hot with T'Challa is a bunch of BS. So he calls Shuri up. She says, I'm here, what's up? You put me on a secure line. I'm sending you a waveform. I need you to help me design an amplifier that can handle this frequency. And Shuri's like, it looks like a waveform created by Mystic Energy. How were you able to record it? Vibranium. She says vibranium doesn't normally record signatures like this. And he tells her, please don't ask questions right now. I need your help. You said the same thing to me not that long ago, and Wakanda ended up going to war with itself. He's like, Shorty. Now see, this is the lazy ass writing. Because honestly, John, you can't explain why that story, The Long Shadow, went down the way that it did. Still trying to figure out why you played loosey-goosey with T'Challa's sexuality. You shouldn't have never did that. The Buffalo Soldier, you couldn't write T'Challa as a king, which is crazy because you should be able to write someone as royalty at your age. You couldn't write T'Challa with a dialect befitting that of someone from an African nation. Crazy because you old enough to have seen quite a few movies where people talk with these dialects. You couldn't do it. Here we are right now, and I'm looking at some similarities. I'm gonna see how far you're gonna go with it. But you're introducing a tone that takes us back to slavery. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm touching on that. I noticed Ta-Nehisi Coates did the same thing. It's almost as if you're under editorial direction to tear down T'Challa within the first few issues, make him seem incompetent, tell the story that Marvel wants you to tell, or at least the editorial chief wants you to tell. And then you're able to have the freedom to tell the story you want to tell. Because you drug him in the first issues. Issues 1 through 8, you drug him. Now you're introducing a racial slave overtone to it. I ain't gonna lie. That last run with Ta-Nehisi Coates, the Galactic Empire, that was about slavery. People might not have picked it up, but it was about slavery. It was actually about how blacks sold blacks into slavery. It was. And how blacks had to go back and make that right. That was what T'Challa had to do with the Wakandans that were there before the Wakandans, the human Wakandans. Just thought I'd throw that in there. So, Shuri agrees to help T'Challa. That's her brother. That's his sister. We turn over the next page. We see the Avengers on their way to the large intestine, Texas. I had no idea there's a city, town, actually called the large intestine, Texas. Why it's still called that is beyond measure to me. But the large intestine, Texas. Hey, can we get Camilla Georgia to show up in one of these comic books? I ain't saying, I'm just saying, because if we can get the large intestine Texas, we can definitely get Camilla, Georgia. So we get there. The Colonialist has set up shop. He got his furriers or whatever they want to call these daggone creatures. I don't really like them like that. Really, I'm not that really. You know why I'm doing this book? You know why I'm reviewing this book? I'm reviewing this book so y'all can get to see the BS that's going on, so we can keep you up to date. Me and Marcus and I, we're doing it. I can't be mad at Marcus. I understand why he did it. I low-key wanted to do it myself. But I said, hey, I gotta keep y'all abreast of what's going on. So this is what we're doing. So the Avengers fly to the plantation. Large plantation house. Large intestine, Texas. It ain't the three of them, because T'Challa's talking to Shuri. It's Captain Marvel, Captain America, and Thor. Should be enough. They get there, and they find the colonizer, the colonialist, whatever we want to call it. I am not going to call it Mr. C. They see him sitting there in his chair, his colonel chair, with his objectification, begging for help. Seriously, can we get sanctuary? Like, would they say, seriously, can we get sanctuary, John? Like, seriously is like you being kind of passive aggressive. Like, would they say seriously, John? Anyway, Cap demands that Captain America's sexiest ass, demands that the colonists get off our planet. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. He turns his creatures loose. Thor gets the word on his hammer. Gets ready to call down lightning. Him and Cap finna do the little 1-2 thing. And a shot comes out of nowhere and damages Cap's shield. Now, this is not the MCU version of the shield, which is only made of vibranium. No, this is the 616 version of Cap's shield, which is made out of a combination of vibranium and adamantium. There ain't nothing supposed to damage that, but occasionally there does. Here you get the Colonial Volunteer Auxiliary Reserve Expeditionary Fighting Force 4th Battalion. They are armed with basically musket guns. I'm gonna call them musket guns, old school guns, and sabers. And they are taking on Cap. And Cap is like, damaged my damn shield. I can't believe that. So the three of them get ready to run up on them. T'Challa is in a Quinjet on the way. He's about to get there. He turns it up to whatever speed to get there, because Cap, Thor, and Captain Marvel, they need him there. So he get there. He pull up. T'Challa about to make it do what it do to get the creases up out of there and everything like that. And something happens. I don't know what happened. He had the weapon in his hand. Next thing you know, the weapon was out of his hand. I have none of those tricks, Afro Cat, and it's a dude called the Buffalo Soldier. I cannot make that up. It's a dude called the Buffalo Soldier. Now, y'all heard me allude to, it's got some slight racial overtones to it. And the reason why I said that is because, one of the reasons why I said that is because you'll see the pictures. But the thing is this guy refers to Thor as the Aryan King. He refers to Captain America as the Jingo Commander. And he refers to Captain Marvel as Captain Hottie. And he refers to T'Challa as the Negro Feline. Now the thing is that John Ridley's the one that's writing this. So John Ridley is the one that's writing this. He's choosing the words. He's choosing the verbiage. He's choosing what words that might trigger those racial thoughts in your head. I didn't know we had to do that in this particular book, but like I said, if you paid attention, if you really looked at Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, the Intergalactic Empire run, that was about slavery, specifically the Atlantic slave trade, how blacks participated in it. It was. But if you don't know history like that, you're not gonna know. So, this is it. Next, the Range Wars Book 2. This was Range Wars Book 1. While the Colonialist keeps the Avengers busy fighting his army, he sends his most dangerous lieutenant, the Buffalo Soldier to deal with T'Challa with advanced weaponry that can damage vibranium. T'Challa must think fast if he hopes to survive the fight and keep Earth from becoming the latest acquisition of the Colonialists. Isn't that something? I see what you're doing. A black man is going to lead a team to keep Earth from being colonized. Got it. Listen, I'm gonna keep bringing these issues of Black Panther to y'all. Still want to know what happened to Nighthawk and everything like that. I will probably do some research while I'm editing this video, and I put subtitles in here and everything like that, and make it do what it do. Y'all come back. I'm still dropping content. Saturday was a busy day. Shout out to my Georgia Bulldogs. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.